Hi friends, welcome back to the Mom Edit. If you're new here, my name is Kat, and today we're gonna dive into one of my most asked questions, which is where do you shop for plus size? I've been plus size my entire life, and I know that shopping as a plus size woman can often feel like a struggle. It can be frustrating, and you really just have to know the best places to shop and where you can find things based off of what you're looking for. So today I'm gonna break it down into categories: everyday go-to spots, investment pieces, places where you can find affordable options, trendy cool girl pieces, swim and vacation, and of course, workwear. Essentially, I want you to think of this as your ultimate plus size shopping guide. Buckle up, grab a notebook and a bevy, and let's get into it. Okay, let's start with the places where you can find pretty much anything, the one-stop shops. First and foremost, Good American. This is hands down one of my all-time favorite brands. If you are a denim babe, if you are a girly pop who loves a good bodycon dress, if you like bodysuits, if you like cute sweat sets or jeans that actually feel like sweatpants, then Good American is 100% the place for you to just buy everything that you could ever want in your wardrobe. They nail trends every single season. They are one of the most inclusive brands on the market, and what I love most about them is that when they launched as a fully inclusive plus size brand in every single item that they offer. What I personally love most about them is that as a plus size babe who is also petite, I'm only 5'2", they created the first ever plus size petite line. I am so in love with it. It works really, really well for me as someone who needs a shorter inseam and needs to make sure that I have a pair of jeans that still hugs and fits the curves in all the right places without rising up to my bra line. So Good American is hands down my number one place for everything. If you've been around the Mom Edit for a while, then you know that we are all Nordstrom lovers here. I personally am a huge Nordstrom stan myself, and Nordstrom is a great place if you are looking for variety and quality. They have so many different options of plus size brands. They have Good American on their site. They have ASOS. They have Eloquii. Literally any plus size brand you can think of, they typically carry it there. And what I love about Nordstrom as well is that not only do they have an incredible rewards program and credit card service, they also have the best return policy of any brand I have ever shopped at. So if you're like, I just need to build my wardrobe out and I just want to go to one place and I want options and I want variety, Nordstrom is that girl. Up next, Eloquii. Eloquii is constantly dropping new collections. They are more in the trendy category and they are also at a bit of a lower price point. They tend to run sales every single weekend and you can always find affordable options on their site. They have incredible denim, they have really pretty dresses, actually great workwear, and they're again another place that you can go to and shop at and find anything from dresses, denim, jeans, really cool skirts, to even wide calf boots. This retailer is exclusively plus size. I believe their size ranges in a 12 to a 28 or a 32, but they're definitely a great one-stop shop place as well. And last but not least, our OG girl, Torrid. If you tend to lean more casual, if you're looking for everyday basics, if you are just a person who knows that you want only plus size options from one retailer, Torrid is definitely a place for you to consider. I love Torrid for loungewear. I love them for cute dresses, for denim, for tops. Literally everything I've ever found at Torrid has always been an absolute banger for me. And they are also a great retailer if you're a person who's looking for wide foot friendly shoes, as well as wide calf and extended wide calf boots. And what I love too about Torrid is that over the last few seasons, they have really revamped what they offer. They have very trendy lines like their Festy collection. They have a new beachwear collection that they've launched recently. And I think it's made a reinvigoration of the brand itself. And it feels so much more fresh and of the season and of the time, which I think is great, especially as a place that's been around for so long. And I think a lot of times when we think about plus size brands, we think about the old school, kind of more matronly style that kind of is associated with brands like Torrid, but I would say that is absolutely no more. Next up, investment pieces. These are splurge-worthy pieces that are definitely timeless, also very trendy and cool, and that are more in the boutique fashion category. The first one in this category is Reformation. Honestly, I used to be really jealous of people that could shop at Reformation because I love that it is a sustainable brand that creates really beautiful, timeless linen pieces, silk dresses, really gorgeous items that's very hard to find for plus size women. And when they launched their plus size collection several years ago at this point, I think it's almost 5 years ago at this point, they were definitely one of the ones that I had to try every single thing that I could get my hands on, and I did a full extensive try on everything that I could find. I typically do that as well every single season because it's definitely a brand that I feel makes such a high level quality piece, and it's so rare to find those kinds of items for plus size women that it's one that I just think is an incredible option to go for if you're thinking about investment pieces that are going to stand the test of time, that are made with ultra high quality. It's just such an incredible brand. Reformation is hands down one of my favorites when it comes to investment luxury items. Okay, let's talk about Hanifa. I honestly get chills when I think of Hanifa. It is a Black owned brand. It is ultra luxe, and they design pieces that are truly like no other. I cannot tell you how many times I have gone to their site and looked at these most immaculate, interesting, unique designs and dresses and pieces that just make my jaw drop. If you are looking for really high quality, high fashion pieces, Hanifa is 100% that girl. And last but not least, Meow. I own many pieces in my closet from Meow. I own a lot of mesh tops, dresses, skirts. Meow is probably one of my favorite brands when it comes to plus size, kind of higher quality, luxe designer fashion. However, Meow is no longer loving the plus size babes. Unfortunately, it kind of seems as if their website is starting to phase out plus, which really breaks my heart because it is one of my absolute favorites in my closet. And I really hope that they listen and bring their plus size offerings back, because what's available on their site right now is very limited. But I will say that the pieces that they do have are still so cool. So the thought of not being able to shop at Meow definitely breaks my heart, but it's one to just kind of simmer on and keep in your radar. While I certainly tend to be a bougie person, not everything in your closet has to break the bank. So let's talk about the affordable places to shop for plus size. Up first, Princess Polly and Pretty Little Thing. These give very much so Y2K vibes. They definitely skew a little bit younger in the types of clothing that they offer. They have really cool sweat sets, always on trend pieces that if you're thinking about trying certain trends and you can't find them available in plus, definitely consider checking out those two sites because they almost always look out for the big girls. One of my personal favorites is Nasty Gal, also very similar to Princess Polly and Pretty Little Thing, except they tend to feel a bit more edgy. I will say that the selection is a little bit more limited on their site, but what they offer is top tier. And of course, I would be remiss without mentioning Old Navy in this category. Old Navy is just one of those places that has been a long time stand for me. I remember being in middle school, going into Old Navy and buying my jeans for the summer and my flip-flops that were like $2. And it's definitely such a nostalgic place. They have incredible basics. They've upped their activewear game so much, and they do offer clothing that goes up to a size 4X or I believe 28 or 32 in their denim as well. And I think it's just a really great place to go and shop if you are a shopper on a budget. It's kind of that one-stop shop place, but in the affordable category. I love their cardigans, I love their sweaters, I love their dresses. They even have swimwear that's great. And if you are looking for really cute matching pajama sets for your family, for your partner and your dog and your baby, they will have it there for you. Now let's talk about trendy pieces. Cool girl items that will make you feel like you just stepped off of a Pinterest board or you're the cool fashion girly on TikTok. First and foremost is Anthropologie. I am an Anthropologie girl, like through and through. This is probably one of my favorite retailers of all time. And it's probably because I also worked there for many years. And I just have always had such a deep love for the brand. And I would also encompass Free People in that. Free People technically does not sell plus size. However, their items are very generous in sizing, and they almost always fit me in terms of their sets, their dresses, their tops, even some of their lingerie pieces will work for the plus size babes. Back to Anthropologie. Anthropologie is 100% that girl when it comes to really cool trendy pieces. I just went in store recently and tried on tons of incredible items, and while they don't sell plus size in store, I will say their actual straight size line also tends to run very generous as well, and it's just so cool. Think cow print, think leopard pants, think really cool clogs and denim that you might not be able to find anywhere else. They also have a full wedding collection for people who are wedding guests, people who are in weddings, and if you're the bride yourself, they've got you covered. I would also put Pretty Little Thing, Nasty Gal, and Princess Polly in the category of trendy items for plus size babes, because they do tend to be the brands that experiment the most with offering trendy pieces for plus size women, and they will not break the bank. Okay, let's talk about one of my personal favorite categories, which is vacation and swim. I love a good bikini two-piece set, really sexy swimwear, and that typically tends to be the vibe for me when I'm selecting pieces that I'm gonna wear and take with me on vacation. So first and foremost, my biggest recommendation would be Good American. They have incredible bikinis, they have really cool patterns, they have really fun cover-ups, beautifully designed like mesh pants that you can wear over the top of your swimwear, and they're just such an incredible place to consider when you're looking for those vacation-y, vibey pieces. I just love Good American so much, and I can't recommend them enough. On the complete opposite side of the spectrum is J. Crew. They actually are such an underrated brand when it comes to plus size fashion, and their swimwear is top tier. I've taken their bikinis with me to Asia. I have worn them on trips that are more like family oriented, and they have a wide range of really more modest swimsuits, but then also super chic and sexy pieces as well. And they do go up to a size 3X in their swimwear, and it's just incredible. I love what they offer every single season, and I feel like J. Crew is such an underrepresented and very rarely talked about brand when it comes to plus size offerings. And if you're looking for ultimate vacation vibes, then you need to check out Meshkey. This is an Australian brand, and I love their clothes so much. Think of events like weddings, really sexy date nights, also all the vacation vibes you could ever dream of. And it's all like just different than what you would typically find from an American retailer, and it's just so cool. I believe their clothing runs up to a size 3X, and it's very generous in the sizing that they have available, and it's so sexy. It's so pretty. It's definitely what you want to wear on vacation. Last but not least in this category is a new to me brand, which is called Pepper Mayo. I really have a love-hate relationship with what my experience was with them, but I will say their clothes are really so cool and unique, and it's kind of hard to find those amazing vacation wear pieces that you're looking for. So I'm still going to recommend them, but with caution, because my first order that I ever placed from them literally took 6 weeks to arrive. Granted, it was right when all of the tariffs were starting and we were having all kinds of issues with shipping delays and things like that, so maybe it's gotten a little bit better since then. But what I want to note is that every single piece that I ordered ran super oversized. I needed to size down in every single piece, and unfortunately, because it took so long to get here, I wasn't able to do any returns, and it just kind of ended up being a mess. But the pieces themselves, the quality, the way they fit, if they would have been the right size, makes me want to recommend them to you all, just to consider checking them out and seeing if there's things on their website that might be of interest to you. And last but not least, workwear. As a work from home girly who no longer works in an office, this is definitely one of the most challenging categories for me. However, there are some really great places that I can recommend. First and foremost is Athleta. I know when you think of Athleta, you think of activewear and you think of really technical pieces. However, they have some incredible pants, like their Brooklyn pant and some other workwear, kind of tech workwear style pieces that are just absolute workhorses, and were workhorses for me when I did work at a more corporate environment. They go up to a size 24 on their website and 3X in their sizing. That's through extra small through 3X. It's just a really great place if you're looking for staples that will live in your closet. And last but not least is Spanx. I am a girl that loves a good Spanx pant, and if you are looking for really great, comfortable, but still compressive and like snatch you in pants, then Spanx is the place for you to consider. And of course, I want to mention Old Navy in this category as well. As a place that offers affordable options, they do have incredible work pants, work dresses, blazers, all of the things that you would need if you were a corporate baddie who is just getting started in the industry. Like, that's a really, really great place to consider as well. So there you have it. The best places to shop for plus size based off of whatever your needs may be, whether you're looking for affordable trends or splurge worthy items. I hope that you found this video helpful. And if you have any questions about styling or brands that you want me to try or anything along those lines, drop them in the comments below and I'll be sure to get to it at a later date. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.